In today's video, I'll go through the best budget collections on Sorare. But firstly, should you actually buy a collection now? And in specific, an European team collection? Because the season is over soon. And I think this is the best time to purchase European football players. And in specific, people that don't, or teams that don't have utility in the summer. Because now we have seen it every single year, the prices will go down at the end of the season. And when this new season kicks off, in the summer, the prices will gradually go up again, and when the season kicks off, they normally spike. So yeah, I believe it could be a very good time to purchase new collections, as I have personally done. So I'm not just telling you guys to do it, I'm doing it myself. And before we kick off with the different collections, this is not financial advice. But if you are thinking about signing up to Sorare and if you're new, please use an affiliate link, and if you want to use mine, that is much appreciated. You will get 50 euros after buying 5 cards. So yeah, without further ado, we can start off with the first collection, which is going to be Real Sociedad. And what I really like with Real Sociedad is that they haven't been in the best run of form. And you're probably wondering, why is that good? Yeah, it's good because that reflects in their players' prices. And throughout this episode or this video, you will see that many of the teams I have actually put on this list is teams out of form. Because I think the worst time to purchase players is when they are in a very hot run of form. Because then the team or the players can't perform higher than they're already doing. If that makes sense. And like, this is why I really like purchasing collections of teams that are actually underperforming and that I actually believe could do very well next season. And this is a team I think could do very well next season. And you're probably wondering why, because they haven't been doing too well in Real in La Liga. But like, for example, against Real Madrid, I watched that match, and in the first half in specific, I think Real Sociedad were all over Real Madrid. Very unlucky. And also, the big problem Real Sociedad is currently having is that they don't have a real striker, a goal-scoring striker. Yeah, Oyarzabal is very good, but he isn't a striker. Or at least in my opinion, and he isn't like that target man that can consistently score goals. He is more like a playmaker. A very bad Lionel Messi. You can't compare people to Lionel Messi, but you get what I'm saying. He is dropping back, and he's very good. He has very good passing abilities and everything. And yeah, like, you can pick this collection up for 51 euro in limited, and that is pretty fair in my opinion. And you have some good AA scorers here, like Bryce Mendes. He's currently out injured, but this collection you will mainly purchase for the next season. And throughout the summer you could just upgrade the players when it comes to and using them in the training lineups to get them up to good percentages. And I think they will do, a lot of these players will stay and do very well. Andres Silva is another player that could be very interesting to purchase, and hopefully he can hit the ground running next season. He haven't been doing it too great. But like, looking at the must-haves in this team is probably going to be Bryce Mendes, Oyarzabal because he takes penalties, Taki Kubo is such an exciting player, he will be very important to get in. Barentexa, yeah, I think that is the right pronunciation. He is also very good when I have watched him play. Javier Galan is currently on loan, but many people think he will get a permanent contract. Alex Remiro is Mr. Reliable. Lenormand is normally a very good scorer, and Subimendi has been linked to numerous clubs. So there are some good players here with good score potential that I would definitely take a look at. And also Mikel Merino, he is such a good player and has some incredible long shots. So there are a lot of players here that are exciting for the future. And I think buying a collection for 50 euros is pretty fair. And of course this isn't the whole collection, this is just the starting 11 or the starting team. So you could argue about 70 euros, around 70 euros for the whole collection, which I think is very fair. And yeah, let's move on to the next one, and that is going to be West Ham. And also one thing that is very important to say is that I think Real Sociedad will get Europe League football, or not Champions League football I think, but also maybe they will go down to Europe Conference League football. So I think they will do very, very well there as well. So that is also another reason for you may wanting to go for Real Sociedad. But now let's move on to West Ham United. And the main reason for me going for this is because Moyes will be sacked, or he will leave the club in the summer. And I think that is so good for a Sorare point of view, because he plays extremely defensive football, low possession, counter-attacking football, which you probably know doesn't get the best scores on Sorare. You want teams that have a lot of possession, and I hope that they can get a new manager in that can transition this and move some players around. Kurzuma and Ogbonna are tall, slow centre-backs, and they aren't football players for the new generation or the Manchester Cities in the world. And you could argue that Mourinho football is good football. I would argue in Sorare terms it's not. Just trust me with that. And players like James Ward-Prowse, Lucas Paqueta, Mohamed Kudus, Alvarez, there are some incredible players here, and I don't think this philosophy of Moyes is the right for this team. And I think if a new manager can come in, this team could smash it next season. And I have very, very high belief in this team in specific. And as you can see here, also Jared Bowen, also an incredible player. There are so, when it comes to attack, I mean, there are so many good players. And I have no idea why they aren't better and performing better. And I think one of the reasons is the manager. He has been very good for the club, but I think it's time for him to go. And also in defense, I think they need a big revamp. But still, next season, I think they will not get any. Maybe they will get Conference League football as well, so you'll have some European utility. And of course, the must-haves here will be Bowen, Areola, and also Fabianski. You are most likely going to buy the whole collection. But now I just talk about key players to actually play week in and week out. Hopefully they sign a new defender so you could purchase that guy. Jared Bowen is an incredible one. Ward-Prowse must have, Paqueta must have, Kudus must have. When you need to try to get as many as those players, and also Alvarez in your lineup. This is a very, very exciting one. I think around the same price as Real Sociedad when it comes to the players you could, the amount the whole collection will actually cost. So I think this is very, very fair. They are also currently here, if we scroll down, on 8th, which, I think they will clutch Conference League football. It's a little bit hard because Chelsea is right behind them, I don't know. But that will be very, very exciting to see when it comes to you actually going for this, and that could actually put you off actually going for them if they aren't qualified. But one thing that is very positive, if they don't qualify, is that the team, and for a new manager, it's much easier for him then to play the best lineup week in and week out and get a good run of form, and don't get the players, when there are of course more fixtures, the players gets more rotated, and it's easier for a new manager to play the same team week in and week out to create those bonds with the different players and etc. But now let's move on to a little bit of a punt. This will be the last one because the time is flying. I may make a part 2 on this if you enjoy this video, and that is going to be Norwich. And this is a punt because if we scroll down here, we can see that they are currently on 6th. They will most likely be playing in the playoff to get promoted to the Premier League. But if we look closer to the league table, Leeds, Southampton and West Bromwich will most likely be the 3 other teams. Will Norwich beat any of those? I don't know. Maybe West Bromwich, but I have no confidence in Norwich beating Southampton or Leeds. No confidence at all. So I think personally that Norwich will not be promoted this season. No chance, in my opinion. But of course they may do. But the thing that I like with this is that the prices reflect on that, because many people think that if Norwich get promoted, these guys will go a lot down in value. So many now are selling up their Norwich players, which reflects in a lot of the players going down in value. So you could get a top championship team for a very, very fair price. And there are some incredible players here. And I have personally had 4 or 5 players in rare. When it comes to Norwich, I have McLean, I have Ashley Barnes, Marcelino Nunes and also Jack Stacey. and I had a Joshua Sargent before, and they are a team that could, like, they have had some 5-4-6 nils throughout the season, and those teams are the one you want to have, because when the team performs, you are in heaven, because a lot of these guys are very, very good SO5 scorers when the team performs. You will get it, this is a little bit more expensive, and also for around, you will get it for around 80 to 90 euros, I think, or a little under 100 euros. This is a little bit of a punt, and I think you can get a lot of these players from for a cheaper price because of their promotion potential, although I think it's very, very unlikely. But as I have said before, this isn't financial advice, so do your own research for sure. And yeah, you have some incredible players here. Gabriel Sara is one of them, Joshua Sargent is one of them, Jack Stacey is one of them, Marcelino Nunes is one of them, McLean is definitely one of them. If I haven't mentioned Borja Sainz, he's definitely one of them. Ben Gibson, Sam McCallum is also good. Jack Stacey, Angus Gunn is a Scotland starter goalkeeper. Like, there are so many good players here, and I have no idea how they are in the championship still, because there are some really, really exciting prospects here. Yeah, that is going to be the last one, and those are my 3 favorites, I would personally say, of course, when it comes to the budget price. And should I do this for higher budgets, or do you just think that I should make this video with the same budget but with other teams, because I have some in the watch list, and I would love to make another like this video type of thing. But yeah, my name has of course been Salve, and I'll catch you next one. If you are new to Sorare, remember to use the link in the description, and upcoming Friday it will be an incredible tournament, Sorare Rivals, free to play for everyone, so I hope I will catch you there. But yeah, for now, bye bye.